Hey guys, welcome back to the FireRed Nuzlocke. In the last episode we did the gym. We lost one of our Pidgeotos, not our main Pidgeotto. We lost another one. That's what the Pidgeoto's name was, for those that didn't know. I also, while doing that episode, we got Lucky's level up a little bit. It got a little scary. Almost lost Odd Boy. That could have been close. And, of course, you know, I got into a little, I guess you could call it rant, where I got into topics of the world, and, oh, do I have to give the drink to a specific one? Because I have the 3 drinks. Okay, maybe I have to give it to one of the other ones. That's weird. I always thought you could just give it to the first one you see. But it doesn't matter anyway, we're going back to Lavender Town. So, I figured since, you know, the last episode was full of, you know, touchy topics that are going on in the real world, so I thought today, you know, we'd tone things down a little bit. You know, we wouldn't focus on you know, the real world stuff, and I'd ask you guys, who are you voting for in the next election? Are you guys Donald Trump? No, I'm not getting into that crap. I've always been the type of person that's like, you know what, if you got somebody you're gonna vote for, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself, especially when you're around like family and stuff. As much as I love going on rants about like certain politicians and things they do, because we have things here in Canada, for those that are living in the States and think the world likes to view a lot of the crazy crap that happens there. We do, and it is a little crazy what happens down there sometimes. You guys are getting a little crazy with your politics, but our politicians can get a little crazy too, and a lot of people are against or for ours, and you know, election season can get a little crazy and people can get very, very heated. You don't know how heated it gets until you're sitting on Facebook staring at everybody's comments and you're like, wow, people are really ending lifelong friendships. It gets pretty crazy. But we're gonna be heading into this area, the tower. I can catch a Pokemon here since I have the self-scope. I don't really have... I think Butter would be the best choice for this place. Rocky can't use his ground moves, which really sucks. If this was first gen, I wouldn't have anything to worry about. Bob does no bite, so Bob could be the sleeper here, and he has black glasses on, which boost dark type moves. So that could be handy. You don't battle me, do you? Oh, yeah, of course not. This place is really, really sad, but for some reason I really like it. I don't know if that makes me weird or not, but it brings like a sense of realism like into Pokemon. It's like, yeah, Pokemon are living creatures. They should be able to die, you know? And the crazy thing was, they did do an episode of Pokemon where they did dive into like a death of a Pokemon. They didn't say that the Pokemon died, but it's very implied that it did. So I gotta give it to the Sun and Moon anime for doing that. Even though I wasn't that into the Sun and Moon anime. They're going back to the Alolan region in the newest episode. So that's gonna be interesting to watch. Let's see, Gary. Oh, this could be ugly. Do I start with Butter? You know what? Because it's Gary, I'm gonna go with Rocky. Because I don't know what this dork is gonna use. Or Green, I should say. Hey, it's alive. I can at least make them. Let's see what he's got. Okay, he's using Pidgeotto. I wasn't sure if he was going to still keep using Pidgeotto or not first. Yeah, this thing can't do much to me. I'm glad I got Butter out, though, because that could have been friggin' ugly. I don't know why I was going to magnitude that. I need, like, a tackle or something else on Rocky. Definitely glad I don't have self-destruct on it, because I feel like I would accidentally click it, which would make a hilarious clip. But I don't want that to happen. Let's see. Do we go with Flappy Bird to try to get his level up? Or do we just rock it with Lucky? I want to get Flappy Bird's level up. Hopefully, we can do that. Because we've almost lost Flappy Bird because his level is low, or her level's low. And here comes the poison. Son of a... This freaking game, dude. Razor Leaf. Unless it crits, it shouldn't do too much. Yeah. But the poison. If he hits me one more time with it, which he won't, could have been ugly. Because a crit with a poison would be like a guaranteed kill. Gyarados. I don't have anything for Gyarados. Oh dear God. Just gonna have to take it out with Bob. I mean, I could try, like, Rocky's risky because Gyarados is part flying type. But he's also part water, so water would be double weakness, not worth the attempt, and it would outspeed me. Yeah, definitely not worth the... That would have been a stupid play on my part. Thrash? Eee. Flinch. Flinch is gonna help me a little bit here, if I can get it. Yes! Bob! Awesome job, dude. Oh, and he has a Growlithe. Perfect. Oh, look how cute it is. Oh, I used Bite by accident. Please get flinched. Thank you. Pretty sure Water Pulse probably would have killed it, but I'll take a flinch. Yeah, getting into the topic that I got into last episode was probably a little bit much. I mean, yeah, it is a Pokemon video, but I usually ramble on about stuff in the game, so I thought I'd take a chance and just talk about other things for a change. I don't know how well it'll do. It could end up being a bad idea. I know one thing. I'm definitely never talking about politics other than what I said earlier. And I'm definitely not talking about religion, because I've seen the comment sections to videos that do, and holy crap, no. That ain't worth it. Dude brings up that he's a... Dude brings up the fact that he's like an atheist, and suddenly the entire comment section is just nothing but like, oh my God, you don't believe in God. Like, dude, people are allowed to be whatever they want and believe in whatever they want. Just don't let it bug you. Like, why do people get bugged by shit that doesn't affect them in the least bit? You hear about a girl on the other part of the world believing in something that doesn't affect you, but you're gonna get mad about it. What the fuck? Oh God. And you could almost say the same thing with like politics. Like, people find out that, you know, you're one way or the other, and they get so mad. Oh, you're on the left? There's something wrong with you. Oh, you're on the right? That must mean you're racist. What? like, you can have different ideas of politics. That's the whole thing with politics. Like, people have differences. I mean, obviously, there has to be a point where you can kind of agree and disagree on certain things. But there are definitely things that you should agree on and shouldn't disagree on. Because certain things are messed up. Yeah, we gotta get Rocky out of here. We're gonna go with butter. And hope the ghost Pokemon are nice. Or you're just gonna do that, huh? Alright, I guess we're battling you first. This person's having a moment, I guess. Ghastly. I'm assuming that the Pokemon I'm going to get here is a Ghastly. If I don't mess up. I can't hit it with butter. Other than doing that, and that's what I don't want to do. Because having a Ghastly could be interesting. I can't get a Gengar. I honestly, I sat there after the episode was over, for a couple minutes. I'm like, should I? Because I did save before the gym, and I was thinking to myself, like, should I have like got into the topic? And I'm like, you know what? If people get upset, people get heated or whatever, you know, it's, you know, people can get heated about literally anything these days. It doesn't take much. My friend was wearing a... My friend was telling me the other day that he was wearing a red hat, and people assumed that the red hat that he was wearing was one of those, like, Make America Great Again hats. And he got yelled at by an old lady. And he just, like, turned around and he's like, why are you yelling at me? She was just screaming like, you're an awful human being. Holy shit. And he just turned around and, like, his hat is, it looks like one, like, 'cause he sent me a picture of the hat, and it does look like that hat from behind, but in the front it doesn't have any, like, words on it. It has like a black, like, bird on the front of it, and he was just writing me and he's like, I'm so confused. And I'm like, well, he was so confused, and then the old lady was just like, oh, sorry honey, like I thought you were wearing one of those hats. And he's just like, I'm probably never gonna wear this thing again. So, note to self, never wear a red hat anymore, apparently. Unless the red hat has, like, stuff on the sides of it. That's gotta suck, though. Because, like, if you like wearing red hats, or say your sports team has red, and, like, I imagine for NHL, ooh, here's the Pokemon. All right, we're getting a Ghastly, level 15. Why? Why you gotta do this? Game. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, we're gonna see ones that are like level 24. Oh no, I should have got out of this room when I had the chance. Oh, son of a... But that, speaking of, like, the, like, teams, like, say, because I've seen people wearing, like, Detroit Red Wing hats, or, like, even Montreal Canadian hats, and there's a lot of red on those hats. If you look at them from the back, you would probably assume, you know, I think some of them have, like, the NHL logo on the back, so they might be alright. But I've seen times when I've been in the mall the last, like, couple weeks or so, which going to the mall right now is kind of crazy, because you're trying your best to avoid people as much as possible. The worst store for it at our mall is EB Games, because they have the tiniest store, and they only allow, like, I think it was like 5 or 6 people in, but people usually rush the door in big groups, because nobody ever goes in there by themselves other than like me and maybe like 2 other people. But apparently everybody in this town just rushes the door. I'm gonna call you Spooky. Alright, Spooky's in the PC. Oh man, I laughed so hard when he sent me that message. I was just like, yep. But I've been in the mall, and I've seen people look at people that are wearing red hats. And I'm like thinking in my head, they're about to say something to this person, and then they realize their hat isn't that, and they just keep walking. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty obvious what you were just doing. Just because you see somebody wearing the friggin', what is it? I know the full name is Make America Great. Is it MAGA hat they call it? Just because somebody's wearing it doesn't mean you have to like make a huge statement like, oh, you are an awful human being for wearing that. You don't even have, don't talk to them. Your life will be so much better instead of getting into a useless argument with somebody you don't know. Ugh. That's like one of the things with doing YouTube as well. And like anybody that's planning on starting a YouTube channel needs to get like thick skin, like right away, because you will have people that will come to your channel eventually, and they will say mean things, and they will go after you, and if you let it bug you, they win. At the end of the day, you know, yes, you are probably going to say some things in your videos that, you know, you're probably going to be wrong. I'm sure I've probably said something by now that somebody will look back on, you know, tomorrow or a year from now or years from now and go, wow, you were wrong about that. It is what it is. But if you let it get to you, you know, it just destroys you. I remember years ago getting like really upset because there, what was it? See how little it matters, because I don't even really remember it that much now. Oh, people were talking about wrestling, because you know I was really big on wrestling. I've grown a little bit out of it over the years just because of just boredom with the product that is being out there. There's some good stuff still, but another level 15 just to rub it in, huh? This is a good chance to level up Butter as well. But they were talking about John Cena, and people were like praising the crap out of him for this one match. And I was like, how are you praising him for this match? At one point during the match, I shit you not, he completely botched a move, like to an extreme degree, to the point where it was on that YouTube channel where they put botches. I think it's called Botchamania. And it was funny as hell because they slowed it down to show how bad of a botch it was. And in the same match, which is a lot of his matches, you can audibly hear him calling out spots. That's terrible. Anybody in wrestling will tell you that's terrible. You're not supposed to hear the wrestlers calling out spots. It happens because of the HD cameras and stuff that they have now, but John is so loud when he does it. And being on this like website, people were praising him, and I'm just like, how do you praise that shit? And people got mad at me in like group mentality that I got upset about that. And I'm just like, they were calling me like, oh, you're just like one of those internet wrestling community fans who like knows, who thinks they know everything. And it's like, you don't have to know everything to know that fucking sucked. and John should know that sucked. There's one match in particular, like that I remember, because sometimes when he takes certain moves, I've done wrestling in the past. I'm not like at, you know, crazy wrestling levels like some of the big superstars out there. But when they do like a back body drop or something to John, where they like flip him over and he lands, most people would land, you know, flat back, you know, kind of like on their back to a degree where you can take that bump and not get hurt. John takes it and lands on his ass. And I don't need to tell anybody that's done any type of wrestling, like, those mats hurt. They are not like cushiony mats. There's not much cushion in those mats. There's board and shit under that. They can fucking hurt if you take those moves wrong. Watching John take those moves and landing on his ass hurts my spine watching it. Because I can only imagine, like, his spine is just fucking jarring. Like, how that dude recovers is insane. You shouldn't be able to recover from shit like that. That looks like it's the most painful crap ever. Never, like, if you're getting into wrestling, don't take your moves and land on your ass. It's not a good time. It happened to me once, and I swear to God, I didn't think I was going to get back up because it hurt that much. Like, I had to, like, check my hands and, like, make sure I didn't, like, my body up too bad because I landed wrong. And that was completely on me. And, you know, John's been doing this stuff for years. He's not doing it much anymore. Like, he'll come back and do, like, a WrestleMania or something like that. He's kind of doing the Undertaker thing, which is not a bad move. He's made his money. He's done his stuff. He doesn't need to be there anymore. Ooh, if only I didn't have Flash. Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of Flash anytime soon either. Do I get rid of Sleep Powder though? Maybe I just get rid of Tackle. I'm gonna get rid of Sleep Powder. I'm probably gonna regret that. But anyway, I have been rambling, and it is 22 minutes, oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed me rambling on again, please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. If not, that's okay. And I will see you guys in the next episode when we continue on going up through this tower. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.